Dr. Aisha, when we see or when we talk about how Jewish lobbies or their organizations are literally running the entire world, how did they make it? I mean, what were those several factors which contributed towards this?
Yeah, thank you so much. And I'll pick up from where my colleague started, that it's all about narratives and discourse. And if we try to frame all this discourse into the parts which probably can inform that what is working, I categorize this that whenever a narrative or a discourse is at work, there are certain factors, and those factors predominantly are the tiers of the society. So this narrative has to go through the three primary tiers of the society. So I call them, number one, the policy circle, number two is the masses, and number three is the epistemic community who are informing on all these policy making. So whenever you would see that any policy idea is launched, these three circles of the society they come into force, and then they try to apply and they basically discuss all the pros and cons of that policy, and then probably it institutionalizes and then applied, right? So at the policy level, we see that there is this immense support from the Israel lobby, as you said, the AIPAC. So they have so far invested $8.5 million in one candidate to just defeat a progressive congresswoman, right? Cori Bush, and she was a champion of Palestinian justice. So when this kind of massive investment is going on, and as you also mentioned that there is capitalistic lobby at work as well. So while trying to understand Israel, Palestine and the logic of elections, we cannot give up on the idea of understanding how the state system is working. So in the state system basically, which is of course a Western ideology, a Western rationalization, there are certain thresholds which are very Western in their orientation. And I think that the primary concern lies with the epistemic community, the third tier of the society. I want to come to the second tier of the society, which is masses. So how Gaza changed the campuses across United States of America, I'll also talk about that. But the epistemic community, I think, is the most significant. How? Because there is one philosopher who was revered across the world, and he's read so ardently across the world. He's Zizek, right? So when Slavoj Žižek, the Slovenian Jew himself, he was championing the Palestinian justice on October 7, 2023, and exactly after 10 days he was heckled for all this narrative which he was building. So this is the plight of Western philosophers and thinkers which they are going through. So at the policy level you see Israeli lobby, at the epistemic level you see heckling and victimization of all the thinkers and philosophers. So how do you see a change then? It's very hard to conceive the idea of change itself, I think.